You have a moment with someone you care about. Maybe things broke apart. Maybe you talked it through. Maybe you walked away. Maybe you stayed. Or maybe the connection faded. But either way, something changed. And you feel it. You keep thinking about it. You replay what they said. You replay what you said. It feels like something was left open. Like a door that didn't close. When something changes like that, your mind doesn't rest. It keeps going back. It keeps pulling you toward it. Not because you want to feel bad, and not because you enjoy it, but because unfinished connections pull at you. Some endings are quiet. Some are loud. Some are calm. Some are messy. But all of them can leave something open. And open things pull on you. It's like sending a text and not getting a reply. You keep checking your phone. That feels uncomfortable. So you send another message. For a moment, it feels better. Because you did something. But now you're waiting again. And now there are two messages to think about. That's why closure doesn't really work. Even if they text back, now you're looking at what they said. You look at how they typed. You look at what they didn't say. You wonder if they mean it. The door is still open. That's how people can talk things out and still feel stuck. You can decide not to be friends and still think about them. You can decide to stay friends and still feel unsure. The talk changes what happens, like deciding whether you're still friends or not. But it doesn't stop the mind from going back to the moment things changed. Here's why people think closure works. It's like a mosquito bite. It itches. You can't stop thinking about it. So you scratch it. For a moment, it feels good. The itch goes quiet. That's what closure feels like. The tension drops. The noise in your head slows down. So you think it helped. But the bite is still there. And later, it starts itching again. So you want to scratch again. That's why people keep needing one more talk, one more message, one more answer. Closure feels good for a short time, but the holding on is still there. It just goes quiet for a while. Sometimes, after you talk, things really do get better. You understand each other. You feel closer. The relationship feels calm again. But that didn't happen because you got closure. It happened because the relationship kept going. You didn't close the door. You walked back through it together. So of course it feels good. But that means you didn't let go. You stayed connected. And that's okay if you're staying. But it shows something important. What fixed the feeling was not things being over. It was the connection coming back. Now imagine you talk things over, but the bond you had doesn't come back. They reply. They explain. They even apologize, but it still feels different. You got the words, the reasons, the apologies, but you didn't get the closeness you had before. So that empty feeling stays. That's how people get answers and still don't feel free. Real closure doesn't come from the other person. It comes from you closing the door. Not by force, but by not going back, by not replaying, by letting it stay unfinished. You can still care. You can still miss someone. You can still think about them. Letting go doesn't mean you stop feeling. It means you stop chasing the feeling. Missing someone without being stuck looks like this. You remember them, but you don't reach out. You smile at a memory, but you don't replay the fight. You feel the loss, but you don't try to fix it. You let the thought pass instead of pulling it closer. That's not being heartless. That's letting your heart rest. That's what real closure looks like. You don't move on because you finally hear something. You move on because you stop looking. That's the lie of closure. It sounds like peace, but it keeps you turned backward, still tied, still waiting. Real peace doesn't need a message. It doesn't need a reason. It doesn't need a goodbye. It just needs you to let go. You don't have to do anything with this information. Just notice what stayed. The counterweight.